Oh my god.
When everyone says they're right, who do you believe?
So you're telling me for less than 40 quid, they will sort us lunch and dinner Monday to Friday, made by chefs.
Excellent synergy, which is even more impressive considering they have Eki. They got a stand-in, and they're still able to pull out games like this.
Eki's stock's going up, and yeah, I feel like standout player Mickey. I would say Nisha would be my standout player. I feel like he played the fights extraordinarily. His positioning, he always kept the aggression. Like he understood he played to his limits basically. I feel like.
I mean, for me, just overcoming the SD, Mickey did incredibly well to get anything out of that game, and as you said, was finding the Kez towards the end in the team fights. I mean, both of these players.
55,000 hero damage.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What can you say about both of them?
For me, there was a lot of pressure on Nisha in that game. That's at least how I felt. That like if he died in the fights, like he's, you know, as we talked about with the Queen of Pain, he's the Exodia combination of cards. Like if he survives and the fight just continues, he will do enough damage.
We're going over for our interview, and Slacks has got a duo this time.
That's right, my friends. Yes, I am here with Team Liquid. We have both Tofu and Mickey. Gentlemen, so good to see you. Very exciting stuff. Now, I thought we'd have a very experimental interview. I saw you guys talking to each other in the booth. I cut that. I said, don't do that. Save your questions for the interview, okay? So in this moment, pretend that you're me. Whatever you say to each other is not you saying it. It's me saying it to you, okay? Mickey, do you have any questions for Tofu?
Yeah, how do you feel about this game, Tofu? I know the early game didn't look as crisp as Liquid usually does look, so how do you feel about the early game?
Yeah, I can interpret that. So he said that you guys absolutely threw the early game absolute ass, and then somehow you brought it back. That's my interpretation. How do you feel?
I mean, I can answer in like an inverse, so I'm kind of saying the opposite of it. I think we had really good momentum in the early game, and everything was like going really smooth. Yeah. Our moves, how we connected and like TP'd, it was like kind of clutch. But yeah, to be for real, I think this game looked like very hard, and it was on the verge of a big fat L.
Damn.
But I don't know.
Bricked up with the big fat L?
I mean, the game honestly was really hard. They played really well. And it's also interesting because they have their own style of heroes and, I don't know, kind of play style, just what they do. And once we lost the grip, it was really hard. I don't know, I think we kept it pretty PMA and like split it, tried to get farm, go for some timings. It took us a long while though, and I don't know, eventually we did it.
Oddly sexual answer in a lot of ways. Thank you so much, Tofu. Any questions for him? Now remember, you're not yourself. You're me asking him.
Smash, so he's relatively safe in this game as well. I think this game is just really straight up very even. I think if D+ dropped the ball in the mid game, things could get better very quickly for DNS, but otherwise I think we're kind of heading towards a competitive game here, barring a big mistake.
Let's hope so. We were denied it in game number 1, as Lucid is going to come down and try and babysit this bottom lane a little bit. Goshik turns up as well, spots out the Horo moving up the river, but it looks like Lucid not looking for too much aggression. Nico going to make some Nico noises, and everyone's going to go home.
Yeah, well, that's usually what I do when I hear that.
Yeah, me too.
Not here while I'm working. I can't go yet, but...
He would if he could, ladies and gentlemen. There was an Alawi game, and then Nico did the stupid sounds, and it's just not a great time.
Hey, I had a great time at the Bro T1 series. And I'm hoping
That's
to have a
true.
great time in this second game. I'm trying to be optimistic that it's going to look
Honestly,
good.
this
Dead
series
even
can
gold.
do whatever it wants, right? We've got enough cinema today, you know?
Dead even in gold. Yeah, I feel a little bit spoiled maybe. Like I enjoyed that T1 Bro series, and then everything else just seems like it's just not. It's playing for second, but see what happens with this aggressive play here from Lucid, trying to grab these Raptors, and I think with the Prio in mid, he should be able to secure them.
Yep. Cannon goes down in favor of Closer. That is pretty nice. And Quantum looking for an angle towards Smash. Circle is going to deny Quantum's entry, though. But Smash still just so incredibly low. Vision is going to get cleared here, as he does have a control ward, but Doctarm is just looking for the 1v1 underneath the turret as Smash does get a level up. The barrier is there as well, but the flash is just a little late, and Career is also just a little late as Pop Blossom is going to pick him up. He does have the wild growth, he does use it here, and now Pix is going to help him grab a solo kill. Now
I think during the final sequences ng laro na to, minsan nga nauuna na si JB umalis habang may mga naiiwan pang miyembro ang Team Liquid Philippines sa harap. Ganon kabilis yung mga transaksyon sa loob ng bangko ng Team Liquid Philippines. And kung makikita natin sa laro na ito, isa rin ito sa mga pinakamabilis na laro na napanood natin so far. I think looking back sa mga victories ng Team Liquid kahapon ay meron silang 11-minute game. That was game 1 of Aurora versus Team Liquid. At ngayon 11 minutes din tinapos yung game 1 nito.
Parang naka-boss time attack sila eh. Parang may lagi silang binibit na ano eh, di ba? Parang sabi, mag-a-arrive ka ng ganitong oras. Hindi, kaya itong talunin.
Oo. sabi siguro ni Boss Danson sa kanila, guys, speedrun S17 na. Speedrun. Kasi gano'n yung nakikita natin, men. Kaya feeling ko, akala ng mga tao kapag pinapabagal mo yung laro, kapag dinidisiplina mo, tumatagal yung gameplay. Actually, kabaliktaran yun. Kasi you're now playing for your timings. And usually kapag nananalo ka sa timings mo, dun bumibilis yung laro. And yan yung na-master ng TLPH. It's crazy to think na ngayong 2026, S17, may bagong sistemang pinapakita rito ang TLPH.
And just after as well losing in M7, akala natin eh para bang may magbabago sa Team Liquid Philippines na makikita natin ang ating defending MPL Philippines champions na medyo mahirapan pagpasok sa season na to. But right now, they are looking dominant na para bang walang nawala sa entire kasalanan ng management to kung bakit talaga sila nananalo ngayon. 9 and
Golden hour was spent there. Alec trying to provide the play. Kyo finds the where Kevin finds a kill. Maran figures out. So they get a kill and the turtle. Black shoes popped. Hijume wants the full life, but it's just a win. Another win for the Cavalry, a big one.
Yeah, a very, very big win, and it shows to you the power of this Leo Mort plus the Chetien. The Fear of the Phoenix and clumps up Alter Ego together, and now it's even worse with the Marcel in play too.
There's so many options available for TLID, whereas for Alter Ego, again, they tried to trap Aran, but it didn't work out. Hijume!
Oh my goodness. What a spot, what a catch. Hijume, no reaction time, and TLID will capitalize. It's a 5v4 now. Well, technically, it's a 3v3 in the river. It's going to be a 3-man stun, but Leone will not survive.
That's damage on the board, which secures you a bit of the early game as well. And Moon with that very early Heartbond Stargazer into Weapon Master synergy. So this is a very good synergy, given the fact that you are able to get a win streak going. Hopefully Moon does not blunder or does not meet up too hard opponents. And interesting pick, right? Sense going for that Diggy, and yeah, with that Kagura card as well. So very interesting pick from Sense, our winner of last round as well. So for Diggy, right? You do get a sigil. Yeah, you get a random roll synergy, and then you grant them a random synergy as well. Then
offers is NVIDIA's Reflex Latency Analyzer, which lets you measure exactly how long it takes for mouse clicks to register on screen. By accurately measuring the amount of latency between the mouse, PC, and the display itself, you can refine, reduce, and clear out the competition. The X25 also includes several eye care focused technologies that reduce eye strain, such as color sense and light sense, which adjust contrast and brightness based on how much ambient light the display detects in the room. You can also tailor settings to your own preferences, should you so choose. So whether you want one of the fastest displays around or to dive into esports, the X25 can get you there.
Gusto mo ba ng throwback?
Upset of the most! He's gonna get taken Sonic Ways to face in GG.
なんですが、その前にまずはインターバルを挟ませていただきます。
Got a simple question for you. Here's the question. Do you believe that one day you're not going to live in the world that was given to you? That's right. But you are going to actually live in the world that you dream of. You got to make every single second count. You got to go in the future and see it, baby, and you got to come back in the present. And you got to take that big goal, that big dream, that big reality. That's what I said. You got to take that big reality, and we got to take small steps and make it manageable to making your dreams become a reality. Think big, dream big, but start small. That's right, start small. Remember what I told you, start where you are with what you have, because what you have is plenty.
That the biggest enemy you have to deal with is yourself. There's an old African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm.
You don't have to personally be perfect. Are you hearing me? There are those of you right now, you should have cut a CD. You should have wrote a book. You should have got in school and got that degree. You should have started your own business. There's so many things you should have done. You should have done, but you didn't do it because you're scared. You believe that you said scared of what? I ain't scared. You are scared. You are scared. You're scared of failure. You're scared to make a mistake. You're scared that you're not perfect. And I'm telling you today, you ain't got to be perfect. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You don't have to be perfect to get what you want, to do what you want, to have what you want, to be what you want. You don't have to be perfect. It's a lie.
There will never be a point in your life where it's the right time to do a great thing. If you're waiting for that perfect moment, that perfect timing, it's not going to happen. You know what you have to do? You have to create the perfect time and the perfect opportunity and the perfect situation. So that a lot of people become comfortable. They stop growing. They stop wanting anything. They become satisfied. People getting ready to go to jobs that they don't like. Jobs that are making them sick. You see, when you're not pursuing your goal, you are literally committing spiritual suicide. When you have some goal out here that you're stretching for and reaching for that takes you out of your comfort zone, you'll find out some talents and abilities you have that you didn't know you have. When the messenger of misery visits you, what are you going to do? What will keep you in the game?
There are things that you think you'll never need to know, that you may only need to know one time in your life, but that could save your life because you had that knowledge.
Unless you attempt to do something beyond that which you've already mastered, you will never grow. What is it that you looked at some point in time and you decided that you couldn't do it, that you talk yourself out of it?
You're waiting on your next door neighbor to make it happen for you. It may not happen. If you're waiting on your mother or your father, they may be so ancient in their thinking that they don't understand this opportunity that you have. And if you're waiting on them, it may never get done. You don't beg average people to be phenomenal. You don't beg good people to be phenomenal. You just are phenomenal, and you will attract phenomenal.
What reason can you remember that you can call on, that you can reach on, that can make you get back up? Find that reason.
If you're not where you are, if you're not where you want to be, if you don't have what you want to have, if you're not where you think you should be at this particular place, it has nothing to do with the system, but it has everything to do with the fact that you're not making the sacrifice. I want you to make that dream become a reality, because if you don't, you will be working for somebody else to make their dreams become a reality.
Question is, what are you going to do with your time? What drives you? Greatness is a lot of small things done well. Day after day, workout after workout, obedience after obedience, day after day.
Jensen answering with Cloud9, looking for redemption. Wild Turtle rejoining some former teammates of his from 5 years ago.
TSM are returning with Doublelift onto the roster.
Dardoch, his career so far has been about this is a star on the rise.
This should be the most competitive NALCS split to date.
When things don't work out for you, when things happen that you could not anticipate, what are the reasons that you can think of that can keep you strong?
You will never, ever be successful until you turn your pain into greatness, until you allow your pain to push you from where you are to push you to where you need to be. Stop running from your pain and embrace your pain. Your pain is going to be a part of your prize, a part of your product. I challenge you to push yourself.
See, it's easy to be on the bottom. It doesn't take any effort to be a loser. It doesn't take any motivation, any drive in order to stay down there on a low level. But it calls on everything in you. You have to harness your will to say, I'm going to challenge myself.
I mean that what you did last week don't count. Today is the only important day. There are 86,400 seconds in a day, and how you use those are critical. You got 86,400 today, and what you do today is going to cement who you are. Nobody's going to talk about what you did last week. You have this opportunity of a lifetime. It means absolutely nothing if you don't take advantage of it in the lifetime of this opportunity.
I got a saying that when life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, see, it's time now. If you want to make this your decade, you've got to start saying yes to your life. You've got to start saying yes to your dreams, yes to your unfolding future, yes to your potential, as opposed to saying no.
When you die on E. Leave no dream left behind, guys. Leave no opportunity left behind. When you leave this earth, accomplish every single thing you can accomplish. Listen to me, you're going to be here one day, but you'll never get here if you give up, if you give in, if you quit. And finally, guys, you got to want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe.
Oh shit, I can't get it. Shit, too slippery, man. Hmm.